Good evening, everyone. How are we doing? Hope everybody is well this evening. Just give me a second. So, the usual thing, having to trick about for 2 minutes. Just the usual. Um, Nothing unusual but that. Just tricking about for a second, just to get things walking. Let me see. I think the picture is nearly better. I tricked around again at the settings, um, and I think the quality's got a little bit better too because it's a lot more clearer. In terms of my screen, anyway, so maybe this is a bit more clear. So we're just tricking about with that. Just make sure I have everything fine. We are a few minutes early. We're 4 minutes early or so. We said 7 o'clock. I said 7 or so. I didn't know myself was I going to be on time today, but technically we are. We're a few minutes early. So it's better early. Just give me 2 seconds as the shade moves up in here. Sorry, just moving stuff. Yeah, sorry about that. Apologies about that. Just moving a few things. But yeah, thankfully we're on time. Well, we're before the time anyway. So I hope everybody's well. I hope everybody's having a good Saturday. Unfortunately, the weather has got bad. The plan for tonight was that we would go for a little walkie. In terms of we would live stream just chatting outside. But that didn't go to plan, unfortunately. Because see, it was good all week. Roughly good all week. And then today, piss rain. So that went out the window. So unfortunately, we have to be here today. Basically, we were going to go for a walk because I thought it'd be good weather, and long and behold, there you go. 1 second, everyone. Sorry, I'm just moving something here off my computer. We're not moving it off my computer, but putting it into a file. Sorry. Hello, everyone. Hello, Shane. How are we doing? Good evening. Hope we're well. Hello, Sean. Hello, Tony. How are we doing? Any fun? Yeah, it's cold. It's cold. Yeah, but not even that. It's just the fact of the matter. I was going to go out, but you'd be wiping the camera, the lens of the camera, because whenever it's raining, you're live onto that. It's just constantly you're wiping the camera, because of the rain, and it would be miserable basically. So I thought it'd be nice and sunny, and we could go out for a ponder, but yeah, that didn't happen. if we were live Wednesday, that we could have done it because Wednesday was a good day. But I was like, oh, it'll be good all weekend. There you go. The one time we wanted to do something, but sure, not good. Next good day, hopefully we're live because again, sorry for not being live Wednesday. It's not that I was too tired; I just didn't get around to it pretty much because I had a few things to do, and that's what happened Wednesday. Hello, Brian. I don't know if it said hello to you. Hello. Good evening. Sorry. Too much yapping. Hello, Kevin. How are we doing? Good evening. Hope we're well this Saturday. So yeah, we'll just chillax for tonight. Let me see. I'm just trying to figure out what music now. Ai vittu. Apologies. Give me a second. I'll be with us in that. I don't know where my playlist has gone. It was there a second ago and I was gone. I clicked off it and that's it. Everything's not going well tonight. In terms of everything just wants to mess up me tonight. There we go. Lovely. We found it. So I clicked off it and then I couldn't find my playlist. So it was just too much. So yeah, there's a good bit going on in the world, to say the least. We'll just chat among ourselves and then we get into a few things. How does that sound? So I'm tricking about again. No, I'm not busy downloading Kako. No, we're not doing that. Why would we do something like that? Download cat images. No. Oh, we should have started that thing where we get a box and put it into it. But sure, look, I never thought to do that. I should have probably done that, but I didn't. What I said last time, get a box and cut out circles and put one in instead of the money away. Um, in Holland, yeah, there's a lot of football too, and like all that's starting now, pretty much across the place, like county games and stuff like that. What is this about? So I'm just looking at something here now. Is YouTube translation turned on? Uh, no, I don't know. I don't think so. If you know a cat, because once or twice somebody tried it, and atrocious. Like it's one time they thought I was speaking Polish. Uh, like somebody sent me a screenshot one time in one of my videos, and in the YouTube audio translate, thought I was speaking Polish. So take that as you will. But mainly, I don't think they can understand me with my accent. Let's put it that way. It's the same with when I have to go. You know, I have to speak in sometimes to get the spelling of stuff into my phone. That can barely hardly understand me half the time too. So there you go. Um, so you know, what is this? Yeah, sorry about that. We're just chatting among ourselves, but anyway. Um, imagine it's nearly the end of March already. Just looking at the date, the 22nd. Next, not this Monday coming, 31st, is next Monday. Not this Monday, next Monday coming. So, and then we're into April. Imagine that. We're into April then. Um, it's hard to believe that we're near the end of March already. It's crazy when you really think about it because it's only when you're alive, it just falls. I presume it's fine now. I presume it just freezes now and again. Um, 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 I don't know what to start with tonight. I'm just trying to think to myself, what should we start with? Um, uh, so, is there any fun with anybody here now? Is any crack? Just before we get started on the stuff. Uh, Hello there, Fiona. Good evening. How are we doing? Hope we're well. Hello, Assassin. Hello, Woes. How are you doing? Be watching Cook and keeping well. Yeah, I'm keeping well. Watching there's a lot of games on GA games and football games too. It's the time of year around March before St. Patrick's Day, or around St. Patrick's Day. That's usually when the majority of things kick up again. If we may use that, kick it up. Start again is the best word to use instead of kicking up again. But it's a nice thing to say. It's about kicking up again. Kicking up again. Bring up the kettle. I have me tea actually, don't I? I made tea before I came up. Yes, of course. Do you just want to know something? Just like it's half of. I can only tell you about half of it. Let's put it that way. I can tell you some of it, but I can't tell you the full lot of it. How does that sound? I don't know. Very cryptic stuff. In crypt, you need a cipher for it. But yeah. We'll be soon heading back to the happiest country in the world. Soon enough. I can't say roughly. Can't let it out yet. But we're in the foreseeable future. More than there was before. Let's put that way. All going well, of course. So just to say, it's still a few. How would you put it? It's still a while away yet. So just keep that in your mind. Keep that in your mind. We'll be doing a few things this time, like live streams. Hopefully everything will work out, but hopefully it does. But anyway, we see that's another while away yet. Just another while, not too far away. There wasn't too much interest in JFK files. Yeah, not much. And Donald Trump was asked specifically who done the JFK assassination because there was 80,000, a lot of details, but pretty much the majority of it is useless stuff. There was a few things here and there, but the CIA in general, just the CIA, the GEA, the GEA is the CIA apparently, but there was some interesting details about the CIA and how they operated and different things to do with Cuba and other stuff. So that was the only interesting things in the JFK files. Really, it was to do with that. Really, there's not much about. Well, at least the bits we've seen, there might be some redacted and stuff, but not too much new. To be totally honest, I didn't go through all the 80, but I went through some of it. But not really much in the way of saying this person done it. Though the CIA definitely had something to do with it some way, shape, or form. Or knew that Lee Harvey Oswald was going to do it, but there's no concrete thing to point to say, yeah, this is 100% confirmed. But there's probably something in the files because it's 80,000 or something like that. It's a lot of files, so there's probably something hidden in one of the files somewhere that somebody will find something. Because I presume we haven't even went through half of them. Like there's people literally. I've seen somebody on Twitter has spent since the files came out. Has spent literally every hour doing it, going through all the files. So like dedication to belief, but it doesn't. We do need to find out the truth of what happened because there's definitely something hidden somewhere. Like the CIA definitely had something to do with the Central Intelligence Agency, and probably the government at the time had something to do with it in some way. So we should see what happens, but there's no concrete. You can't really say that because there's not really anything you can point to say this is 100% confirmed. But the only thing he really told us about the CIA, what they wanted to do with Fidel Castro at the time, and the operations they were committing, the CIA at the time. What was this? Oh, that's cool. But that was about it with the files, as far as I could see. Maybe there's stuff there that I didn't see. Because again, it's 80,000 files. It's a lot of files too. So there's probably something hidden somewhere very far deep in the files. But you think they would just come out and say, yeah, Donald Trump was asked directly who killed JFK, you think he would have said, "Yeah, it was the CIA. Here's the proof." You know. Um, um, but definitely, it's progress at least. That the files were released anyway. That's good that the files nothing's been hidden at the moment. Well, a good bit's probably still been hidden, but that some of it was put out. Hello, Trends. How are we doing? Happy late St. Patrick's Day. Hope we're well. Is a weapon. Yeah, see, we just don't know that. There could have been another shooter. The files do a kind of reference that there could have been another shooter, along with Lee Harvey also. See, we could sit here all day, uh, but you know what I'm saying. You made soda bar, well, that's good. Uh, it was the yeah, but there's nothing too like concrete. Like there's nothing too concrete to say yes, this was 100% done. Because remember the JFK assassination. Still to this day, it was one of the most investigated things in history. Um, hello Greenface, how are we doing? Apologies for not being live Saturday, St. Patrick's night. Sorry, Saturday, St. Patrick's night. I just had work the next morning. I was too tired afterward, and I probably would have went on for a good while that night. So that's why I didn't go live that night. What has happened here now? Look into that now in a while. Where am I now? Sorry. Stop it. Yeah. There's a lot of books and stuff. We could be here all day, discussing it. Yeah, like that was discussed too, but Israel and stuff like that. But obviously, you're not allowed to discuss that about America's favorite ally in the Middle East. You can't talk about that. That's the one you can't talk. You can talk about anything else in the world, but you can't mention Israel in any files or any American documents on it. But personally, I don't know. I suppose we could talk to the cows come home. I've seen the bit that you're talking about, but in the files. But you're not allowed to talk about it too much, unfortunately. What is going on here, sir? Then I don't think personally he did it. Like himself, he went with the gun himself and done. I don't think so. Maybe he asked somebody to do it. I don't think personally he went and done it himself. If that makes any sense. No bother. Talk to you later, Assassin, and your mum. Take care. I'll chat to you again. But yeah, the JFK files, there was not much released. The same with the Martin Luther King files is supposed to come out soon. Two, I think. And don't get me started about the Epstein files. The thing that was outside the White House, all the conservative people holding the files and stuff like stuff that we already knew, no other documents. But see, the Epstein files, the stuff there, and there's people in the Epstein files, well, leaders, people in very high. And obviously, the sensitive documents in the Epstein files are long gone, long born to oblivion and gone. But there's definitely they never will be released in it. Yeah, we're not even the other people implemented too, but there's very powerful people implementing them, and they never be seen. Pretty much what was released was pretty much what we knew. Straight down that way. Yeah, like it's a bit. Donald Trump loves that part of the country, down in that part there. And same with the people in that area in Clare. If you said something wrong about Donald Trump down there, they probably would shoot you because you give them a lot of work and jobs and stuff like that. Because it's the only really jobs going in that area. It's the hotel that Donald Trump owns. So the locals are always happy. Donald Trump down there. Um, um, I don't know where to go from here. To be honest, I'm kind of stuck to what to go to say now. But I will say, I made a video about this. It's about to do with the Gowder numbers in cavan. It's the lowest in the country. When in terms of people moved and stuff like that, it's 65 or something like that now. In terms of Gaudi and Cavan Town. Because 31 were assigned and then a few were signed and left. So, that's probably a good for you because, again, there's a lot of agriculture in Ireland. More probably than other countries. There'd be a lot of eggs. Yeah, I couldn't tell you off the top of my head how much it would, but it would be a lot. Comb your hair, no. But yeah. So that's interesting. Then the other thing too, last year in 2024, the majority of crimes that were committed in Cavan and Monaghan were people on bail that committed the crimes. So there you go. The justice system is great. Because the majority of the crimes were committed in Cavan and Monaghan were people literally out on bail for other crimes. So you couldn't make it up. But anyway. Oh, how much did you ask me? Sorry, I thought you. How much is eggs? I thought you was talking about how many eggs are in Ireland. Sorry, I thought you. I read that as how much eggs were in Ireland. Yes, how many Ireland produces and stuff like that. I thought that's what you were asking me. Sorry, it's about that. Yeah, it would be about 5 something, depending on where you go. In some places, it'd be zero. Yeah. Apologies about that. Sorry, I misread that. So I see. Sometimes I'm dyslexic. Well, I'm always dyslexic, obviously. But sometimes you just read stuff wrong, and that's. Yeah, I meant that. See, when I first seen it, I thought you were talking about in all over the country how much is Ireland producing. Oi. See, if I had a brain, I'd be dangerous. Doesn't eggs, yeah. If it doesn't, if it doesn't. Joe Biden. Where is Joe Biden? Nobody's ever heard from him since He left the presidency. He's just disappeared. So yeah, I just want to talk about. Move on to this now, and that's to do with you've probably seen the video what viral around Twitter and I think TikTok and stuff like that. It's to do with Ukrainians. Now there's some social welfare thing that they can get their vehicles repaired for up to €7,000, something like that. Now I don't know. Never, to be totally honest, I never heard of a thing on social welfare that you could get your vehicles repaired if you're Ukrainian uh, on the Irish as a refugee in Ireland. What I'm trying to say. Um, I'm sure people have seen the video I'm talking about. Uh, and Simon Harris, he was asked about in the Dáil by I think Independent Ireland, and he basically said it was a dog whistle, pretty much. So he wouldn't answer the question, just basically use the racist card. Oh, we can't question these things and stuff like that. But it's a lot of money because I tell you, there's people I know, young people, who are getting the first cow and stuff and can barely afford it. The first cow, and it's only a shitty cow and stuff like that. Because the price of diesel, the price of insurance, everything's gone up. And if their car gets damaged somewhere, maybe through no fault of their own because of the roads conditions, right? Their tires or their rims are gone or something's gone in the engine, right? The majority of them have to go and fork it out of their own pocket to borrow the money. So these Ukrainians shouldn't be getting it, to be totally honest, because the Irish people don't get it. I presume I never heard of in my life of a person on social welfare getting allowances to fix their cars. I never heard of it in my life. Maybe there was always such a thing for Irish people too, but I never heard of it. So it must be this new thing the government brought in, because I never heard of it in my life up until this point. But still, nonetheless, there shouldn't be, because it's an insane amount of money of the 7,000 for each Ukrainian to fix their cars on the Irish taxpayer. And that person that was saying that he was a mechanic, the Irish people have to pay for it. Irish people have to pay for it. Simple as that. And it's very well, because I couldn't afford a car, so I don't know how they can afford a car. But, the long behold, that's your answer. Because, again, I know so many young people who are trying to get the first car. They're paying huge amount in petrol. They're paying huge amount in insurance and tax. Young people going and working and maybe getting €500 a week, and the majority of it's going towards their car and going towards paying the rent, and they have nothing left at the end of the week. So it's not very fair. And if they get in that, take for example, they crash their car, or I don't know, wear and tear of their car, they shouldn't be. Well, this shouldn't exist in social welfare now. It was a Porsche, yeah. But I think it's any car. That's what I'm going on the presumption as, because the Department of Social Protection confirmed yesterday that there was such a thing. Like, it wasn't a conspiracy theory. There is such a thing. They didn't specify how much and stuff like that, but they did clarify there was such a thing. But the only question is, why is Irish people not getting the same thing? Why are you and me not getting? Well, I don't have a cow. What cow can I get? But what I'm saying, take for example, you or anybody else bring your child to school in the mornings. You think you'll be able to claim off the Irish state to fix your car for you, to fix your engine or whatever. But it's not very fair, because they tell you where to go. If you would have to pay it out of your own pocket. Not very fair. Yeah, I never heard of it. In social welfare, the only thing you should be getting is either your job seekers allowance or whatever, or if you're on sick benefits or whatever. But there should not be a thing. I know there's a thing in social welfare you can get your driving test. The state covers some for the driving tests for it. I know there's such a thing as that. That's not what I'm on about, just to say to people. There's such a thing where the state pays a few bob for your driving test if you force driving test and you're on social welfare. Fair enough. I don't really care about that. Is the fact of the matter, repairing your vehicles is an entirely different thing. And that's your own business. It's up to the individual to do it themselves. Yeah, it's literally car laundering. It is. But yeah, Simon Harris didn't seem to give a shit. It was just basically anybody who asks any questions are racist, far right, extremist. The usual. Yeah, I don't get that. Do you know what happened in Letterkenny there the other day, Sean? The St. Patrick's Day parade. What happened up there? Somebody ran into people or something. I presume that person just had a heart attack or something. Because I didn't hear much about it. I heard about it and didn't really look into it anymore. Well, thankfully, there was no, just going on to another subject, there was a terror threat issued to Ireland. Well, not to Ireland, but to, what do you call it? To do with St. Patrick's Day. The ISIS, an association group of ISIS, was threatening to, commit a terrorist attack in Dublin or in some part of the country for St. Patrick's Day. Thankfully, that didn't happen. So, thankfully, it didn't happen. So I don't know, was that legitimate or did the Gaudi deal with it before it happened? But thankfully, nothing happened. We were talking about that just before before it happened, before the event and stuff. Meghan Markle, I don't care about them. Let them do whatever they want. I'm sick of listening to Meghan Markle and stuff. Hello, everyone. Good evening. How are we doing? I thought you said there for a second. I whether there's the Gaudi toppled Gaddafi. I don't know about Drew House and then toppling Gaddafi now. But anyway, no, but that's what I wedded as, first of all. I don't know why I wedded as that, but that's what I wedded as. That the Gaudi toppled Gaddafi and stuff like that. Like, imagine that. Drew House is always up to something. Yeah, Drew House with MI5 too, But you get what I'm saying? That's not wedded as there. I don't know why I wedded it. That's what came into my mind there. But yeah, Drew House has nothing to do with Gaddafi and stuff like that. Allegedly, of course. So that's that. I'm just trying to figure out where I am now. Oh yeah, we can talk about the word happiness. I don't want to mention about that on. I done a video on it there the other day, but no surprise. Well, it surprised me actually. I didn't think Finland would top the World Happiness Report this year, and I tell you why. Because if you look at what the True Finns are doing, and the National Coalition Party, it's a miracle how they could top anything. Because the current Finnish government is making a mess of the place. So it's a miracle how they top the World Happiness Report this year. Whatever about any other year. But it's a miracle how they've done it this year. Obviously, Ireland done better than they did the other years. Ireland last year was 17th, now we're 15th in the world. So we're up by 2, it isn't 2, yeah. 17 to 15, yes. I'm more speaking Russian now. What do you mean? What do you mean? The last 8 years, like when Santa Brown was there, literally, for like in literally 8 years, all the time she was there, the 4 years she was there, they were always happy still. Like for the last 8 years, what do you mean? Nearly a decade. And then after that, after the 8 years, they were always second. They were always either fourth, second. But it's 8 years constantly in the world have been the happiest country in the world. So being same thing. But no, they're not happy because if anything, they're more unhappy now than ever, because sitters and stuff like that. Because there's literally a woman running around Finland with sitters. Like I don't know, would you be happy with people running around the whole place with sitters? I don't know about that one. Hello, Gizmo. How are you doing? Good evening. No, I didn't see that, Sean. I didn't see the building. Well, there hardly be much need for a ski resort in Kiev. Sometime, probably during the winter, be snowy, but it wouldn't be throughout the year. Come back campaign, yes. Indeed, we will. What? 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 There was something else I was going to talk, but now I can't remember. I'll digress. Oh yeah, the Conor McGregor situation. That was what I was supposed to do. But that along with other stuff too. Now I know a few people asked me what did I make of Conor McGregor. This is now St. Patrick's just a few days ago, and what he said over in the White House and stuff like that. And he was right in saying what he did say. That the Irish government is not representing the people. He's right in saying that, but at the same time too. And I know he's one of the persons. Let me just try and explain. I think he's misunderstanding what the presidency can do. First of all, like he's talking about running for the presidency, and he's saying about holding a referendum on this and holding a referendum on that. Like the presidency, you have no political power, pretty much. The only thing you have really saying is in terms of legislation when it comes to the president to sign. So I think he's doesn't fully understand that the presidency is more of a constitutional role. It's not really any power. The power is in the Oireachtas and the Dáil and the Seanad. There's no power in the presidency, really. The only power you have is legislation power in terms of referring things to the Supreme Court, state council, etc., etc. Not really any huge power, what I'm trying to say. Not like in America and stuff like that. So I don't think he understands that, first of all, that the presidency not be done. Yeah, well, Garrett, I know what you're talking about. Yes, he just literally, again, this is another thing too. He just literally said the obvious, about there's an immigration problem. That's literally all he said. There's an immigration problem. Some of them are causing trouble and stuff like that, which is the truth. Nobody's telling the world. He's not telling the world of a lie. He's telling the truth. Some of them are causing trouble, and there is an immigration problem, and that's all he said. The whole left, like, literally lost their minds. Like, they literally went mad. Like, he literally only said that. Like, he did. Imagine if he went out and said something else. Like, he literally said there's an immigration problem. Some of them are causing trouble. That was it. And the whole lot of them kicked the whole place down over it. Like, it's lunacy. And now they're out for blood. Like, he literally just said the obvious, and that was it. What everybody's thinking, again, what everybody's thinking in their heads, might be afraid to say it. But that's what people are saying. That there is an immigration problem. Some of them are committing trouble. Well, I mean, some of them, a good few of them, are coming in with no passports, first of all. And then there's a fellow, we could go on and on and on. And that's literally all he said, and everybody went mad, and what's to cancel him and stuff like that. And I think he's a funny guy. I've seen some of his stuff. I don't watch him all the time, but I often come across some of his stuff. He's funny. He's a funny guy. And at the end of the day, he's a citizen of the country. He's entitled to his opinion. I might not agree with him on everything. I'm going to be totally honest with him politically. But he's entitled to his opinion. and he's entitled to speak his mind without people coming along trying to like get rid of him and stuff like that, knock him off his platform and stuff like that. That shouldn't happen. But see, these things when it comes to influencers, because you would call him an influencer, you would call me an influencer too. But when you're a big influencer and stuff like that, you're afraid of brands and obviously being labelled racist and far right extremist, all that. No brands would want to work with you. No promoters, take for example, if he gets a promotion or something to promote this or to do that, or you get what I'm saying. Nobody would promote him. See, with people like me, I clean the streets. Why do I care about if somebody wants to cancel me? Why do I care? I'm going to speak my mind anyway. Like some of the stuff I have said, I wouldn't want to hear if the same people that want to cancel that man would hold what I said in some regards. Particularly the time I said about Santa Mao and Stalker. Some of the stuff I said was very wild and stuff like that. And it was brought up many times about what I said and stuff like that. But it was right in saying it. Like nobody would lie and saying that it was not right in saying it. That was 100% correct. And I stand over them happily. I happily resign and stuff like that if I want to. But I wouldn't hold back basically. But he literally just said them few things and everybody went mad over it. I wouldn't mind if he said something extremely controversial or something like that. Like he was literally like, I don't know, let's bring back Stalin or something like that. Let's bring back the Soviet Union. Something like that, But literally the only thing the man said, and everybody literally lost the plot, is there's an immigration problem and some of them are committing trouble and causing trouble. And that's all they said. And literally everybody's out to cancel him. It's insane. And he's not wrong, and to be totally honest, but hopefully be back. Again, I wouldn't agree with him on everything, to be totally honest, politically. But he's entitled, he's a citizen of the country, he's paying his taxes, he's entitled to his opinion. He's entitled to the Irish views, to the Irish Constitution. It's very clear on that. You're entitled to the Irish views in public. Without being literally, tried to be harangued and doxed and God only knows what else. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like Brian Tate, for example, he might not get any more now because if they label, to say the left labeled him now far right extremist Nazi, a lot of them companies would be like, no, we don't want anything to do with it. See, the thing about me is I wouldn't take one anyway. I was oftentimes you've got sponsorship things because YouTube and stuff like that. Like oftentimes I did get sponsorship for things, but I didn't take them, but you got them through your email and stuff like that, and I didn't take them. But it was more G Fuel and stuff like that. It was kind of that kind of shit. But I wouldn't take them anyway because, I don't want to be in the pockets of them. You need to be a free, independent voice. That's the reason why I never took any sponsorships or anything. And obviously too, because a lot of the things I said are very controversial and stuff like that. And I won't give anything basically. Give one inch because, as I said with the Santa Mao and stuff, that had some implications, in terms of the job and stuff like that, in terms of my job I go to and stuff like that. Because some stuff, what I said was some of the stuff that people didn't want to hear and stuff. But I said the only thing that was the truth, but anyway. But you get what I'm saying. And that's the thing to get with it's all about fear and shutting people down and shutting people up. So, see, the good thing about cleaning the streets and stuff, you can't get any lower than that, and so they can't really do anything about it. What I say and stuff like that. But anyway. But yeah, hopefully he'll be back because again, he didn't say anything wrong. Like as simple as that. He was just giving his opinion, what he sees, and that's it. And everybody lost the plot over it. But hopefully be back. I say he will. Needs for that push. But see, I don't really care. I know there's other people that would care, but I don't really care. To tell you answer. I'm past the point in caring. Because see, when you put your face out there and your name and stuff like that, it's different when you're anonymous. And you just have a profile picture and you don't have your name or your face or who you are or what you are. But when you're the face and all, you really don't give a shit. Like before I showed my face and stuff like that, maybe I cared back then. I was more afraid of the repercussions and stuff because of what I'm saying. But nowadays I don't give a shit because you're only here for a short while. You might just make your opinions known and stuff like that. Because if you're going to live your life in fear, you might as well hide in the box and never come out of the box, But that's the thing. But see, when you go to influencers that level, there's things that could bring you down. So that's why it's better to be on my level, as a small enough YouTuber. Um, Sean Brady, that the big American, um, American fellow. He has relations in cavan somewhere. Yeah, Sean Brady. Are you talking about that Sean Brady? I can't think of what American football is that it? Or am I thinking of somebody else? I might be thinking of somebody else entirely. Oh, Tom Brady, Sean Brady. Yeah, Tom Brady. Yeah, sorry, apologies. Head's going. Yes, I don't know why. Yeah, Tom Brady. Yes, you're right. Sorry, apologies. Apologies. Yeah, he has Tom Brady has relations in cavan. Yeah, he's just doing comedy. But see, the first time, I think this is probably the only time he ever mentioned about politics. Like, well, not really a politics. This is more a societal issue, along with political issue too. Um, but he probably should stick to the comedy for a while after this. Um, haven't I heard his music? Probably did. I'd say. I probably did. There's often musicians I hear and stuff like that. It goes in one ear and out the other. That's what I. But just going back to the Conor McGregor, just the last thing I say on Conor McGregor for tonight. Um, I don't think he understands anyway the presidency. To be totally honest with you. Yes, the American football. I was getting confused in the MMA fighter. Yeah, see, I was getting confused. Yeah, see, I'm stupid. Sorry, no, I was getting confused. So it's hard to remember everybody. Remember everybody's name, like in terms of UFC fighters and this person, the other person, that other person, this other person. Hmm. Let me see. I'm missing anything else. Sorry, I'm probably done. Um, so to say with these tariffs that the US is going to put on the European Union, it's going to implement Ireland. It's going to affect Ireland by 18 billion euro or something like that. But I don't think so. If we play our cards right, um, Donald Trump I will accept Ireland from tariffs. If we play our cards right, that's the only thing. Also, there was a shooting in Tullamore. What was happening there in County Offaly? What was happening there? Do you know? Is Tony still here? I don't know what's the story. I think he's gone into hiding. Um, he's public enemy number one, so I think he's still in the country. But I don't think he's where he used to live. Pretty much, he's gone somewhere else, another part of Finland, because he's quite literally public enemy number one. Um, which is not, he probably should be gone by now. He should probably be sent home, but he's still there, you know. But we see. But yeah, he's public enemy number one. So. Also, some schools in England want the cats at Easter because Easter's coming up soon, and they want the cats at Easter, isn't it great? Yeah, received death threats. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And he only stated, I don't know what you hear a second ago, Sean. He literally only stated the obvious. There's an immigration problem. Some of them are committing trouble, and that's it. That's all he said, and everybody went mad. You know, like he just literally said the obvious out loud, and that was it. People went ballistic. Like you should hear half the things I have said over the last few years, and then the whole lot, everybody would just generally go ballistic. But see, it just goes to show you the tolerance of the left and stuff. But he only said the thing that everybody was taking. People might not say it out because people are too afraid of losing their jobs, losing stuff. But yeah, hello, Gordon. How are we doing? Nice beard. It would be bigger, but I shaved a good bit of the other day. I probably have to shave it again at some stage too. But see, you'd be all day doing shaving. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's insane. But again, it's a criminal offence to dock somebody and stuff like that. So it's up to Unconscious and Connor to deal with that. Comes that. But again, he said nothing wrong, in my opinion. But of course, he can follow them people into the courts in terms of docs them and stuff like that. But see, it's all these fear tactics now in modern society. It's all about fear, and especially when you're on that level. It's all just fear tactics, pretty much, to try and get you to shut up and be quiet. It's all about silencing people. Yeah, of course we did, yeah. But I hope he's back soon enough. I only watched him a few times, but hopefully we will be back soon enough. Because again, at the end of the day, I don't think he meant any harm. It wasn't like he was said too much bad. He didn't say anything bad. First of all, not too much. He didn't say anything bad. It's just some people on the left lost their plot with it. And it just goes to show you the tolerance too of the people on the left. Like we see people before profit supporters, the Labour Party, etc. These are the people that are doing it. The tolerance of them. We hear them saying we should tolerate people and stuff like that, and people with obvious opinions and stuff. You could go on and on and on about it. But yes, yeah, you get what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. So yeah, anything else? Anything else? We probably will go in a few minutes' time. We'll not stay too long tonight. Hello, James. Good evening. I get what you're saying, yeah. Modern immigration system, yes, exactly. But it's not that what he criticised. He only stated the obvious. He didn't criticize it. He didn't really say much. He only said there's an immigration problem. Right, some of them are causing trouble, and that was it. He didn't go into the details. I've often went into vast details about it, immigration and stuff like that. But literally, that's all he said, and everybody went mad. Like he literally said there's a problem, and he's not wrong. Anybody with a mind and can see around them, has a head and a brain and eyes, can see. There's people literally coming in from Timbuktu with no passports, coming in, some of them causing trouble and getting huge amount of money, and people that are housing these people are making millions a year, billions a year for housing these people. There's multi-millionaires being made out of this. And there's towns now that were 90% Irish, and now only about 10% Irish. There's a huge issues there. And that's more than what he said. I could say a lot more, but there's huge issues, and he's not wrong. It's causing a huge in society effect, pretty much. It's a huge drain on the public purse, first of all, and the West. We could stay here for the next hour discussing it, but you get what I'm saying. What about Heathrow? Yeah, the airport closed for a while. I don't know. It could have been terrorism and stuff like that. It could have been domestic terrorism. Don't know much. I haven't bothered. I didn't really care too much about it, to be totally honest. Obviously, it's unfortunate for people who had planes and had to get on a plane and stuff like that. But it's a small fire at a substation, like a power substation, shouldn't basically blow up the whole electricity system in Heathrow. I think it's back up and going now. It was yesterday evening, wasn't it? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. One, maybe we won't say because Dublin probably only has one too, but yeah, logic is no right. One small fire causes everything to blow up, pretty much. Yeah, I was just asking, what was the story in Tullamore, Tony? I don't know what you hear a second ago. Yeah, I was just asking, what's the story now? Yeah, hopefully that doesn't happen, but pretty much probably is. But yeah, what was the story there, Tony? Do you know? Because I only heard about the shooting. I didn't really hear what was it about, what happened. Yeah, see, it's all to do with colonization. Irish people would be speaking Irish only for the English came over here and stuff like that. It's all to do with that, pretty much. That's only how it happened, pretty much. Well, to buy, like the average cost would be 300,000. If you're building your own house, it could be fuck knows. But if you're buying a house, you're 300,000 and a bit more, maybe 400,000, give or take, which is still a lot of money. So, yeah, around that. Or you're asking to rent or something. But that's what it is to build, like to buy a house, like if it's built and stuff. But to build a house is a lot of money too. So give me a second. It's going to be another pissing day tomorrow, it seems. So any other fun with anybody? We could go into more stuff. There's hundreds of other stuff I could talk about. Give or take. Yeah, we will. Don't worry, we won't be here until 9:30 now. So everybody get to see the UFC. Oh. Not sure. John would tell them more. Yo, injured. Yeah, I don't know what. Yeah, but I don't know what happened. Like Tony's from there. Oh, it's true. Yeah. Okay. See, it just kind of said there was people injured, and that was it. So. Um, So I'm waiting for somebody, Tisha Gru's out cost of living package. Uh, so there's no cost of living. Imagine that. Oh, we're going to look after Irish people during the election. Now all of a sudden, oh fuck you, we don't care. So Pascoe Dunn, the Minister of Finance, too, is saying it's what's it called? Volatile period ahead in terms of the tariffs and stuff like that. And as I say, we could, if we play right, we could come out scot free. But it's the fact of the matter they don't want to play their cards right. Because again, Ireland could be excluded from this if we used our heads. We could get out of it. Considering all the work that Ireland has done in the United States and stuff, and how well respected we are in the United States, and not only that, the amount of work we Irish people have done throughout the centuries. Take, for example, there was one statistic I shared on my community post. I think there was something like nearly 3,000 Medal of Honors, which is the highest distinction in the U.S. Army. Medal of Honors. Out of them, 3,000, nearly 2,000 were Irish people, the Irish descendants of Irish Americans who got them medals. Just to say, nearly 58% were Irish Americans or Irish people. They got America's highest distinction, the Medal of Honor. So huge amount of the, as I said, 58% of it is it's very high. But it just goes to show you the impact Irish people had in America and stuff like that. If we played our cards right, we could come out scot free. But past Donoghue and Micheál Martin are just idiots. They don't have a clue what to do. Hello, David. How are you doing? Why? What's wrong with me doors? Me doors. Me doors. But I think we'll probably leave it there for tonight. Unless there's something else. So is there anything else anybody wants to ask me or anything? Just when I'm here. Sorry, give me a second. Large Catholic families, indeed. Give me a second, sorry. Oh, I know. Yeah, we were just talking about that earlier on. Jesus, Sean, you must not be paying attention. No, we're not staying to 12 tonight now, Tony. No, he wouldn't go. He got missing in Cavan. Yeah, it's Biden in the barracks. But yeah, no, we assigned and stuff. Oh yeah, like the original Lucas, the wed Lucas, yeah. You wasn't home, no good. That's no addition. 24-hour live show, no. Unless it's someday we might do a charity one, maybe. Like we probably should do a charity live stream at some stage. It's just a lot of tricking about that had to be done for it. That's just the thing. Give me a second. Just have to go over here for a second to move something. Just have to look at my tablet for a second or something. Oh. see, where the fuck is this now? So I have the locks up now. Where in the name of fuck would that be? Give me a moment. Oh, sorry. One moment, everyone's that's fine. Sorry about that. Apologies about. Oh. Some double batteries. Yeah, everybody's just gone insane the last minute. As soon as I mention I'm going, everybody just starts yapping. And before that, nobody was yapping. No, it was people yapping, of course, but as soon as I mentioned I was going, everybody came out of the woodwork. Yeah, I know it's a massive area. Yeah, in a lot of districts, Fingadish and Connaught, it's a massive area. Yeah, it's the same in Cavan. There's a massive area too. Cavan Town, Gardasil, and the Cuff. It's insane. Fine. I don't know what to tell you for that one. Well, at this stage, James, I could say something, but I probably shouldn't. Technically. Yeah, as soon as I mention I'm going, everybody comes out of the woodworks. I have to put up 2 community posts, so you can stay here and watch me put them up for 2 minutes. Sorry about that. To put up the community post, like there's 2 community posts I want to put up. Probably should put up. I just put on the chat on my tablet so I can see it. Where am I now? Sorry. There we are. Let me see if it's the community post. I can still see the chat because I have it on my tablet for the moment. Community post. You can still see me now, yeah. Just making sure that I didn't knock it off. Just have to put up 2 community posts. I hate the way the YouTube thing won't let me put the whole lot into it. Like, how many use? Just a question. How many use look at the community posts and stuff, or do you see them, or what is the story? Like some of them probably don't pop up for you, stuff like that. frequently. Like how frequent? Like every day or because sometimes how did that to come out? Like the same with the YouTube notifications. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. Oh, my chat froze here. I was wondering why everything froze for a second. So I don't know why that froze on my tablet. I don't know why that happened, but oh, you only see them when you go to my channel, Gordon. Don't look at them by that much, yeah. They don't probably, yeah. Some people have problems with that, but it's probably just my channel too. They don't like it. It's the same with YouTube videos and stuff like that. If you look at the last YouTube videos, you know. Sorry about that. Yeah, I have it done now. So YouTube experience. It's the YouTube experience. Such a way to describe it. There we go. There's my community post. So that's it for tonight, I think. I use Happy now. Yeah, that's all she wrote for tonight. Oh, was there? I didn't even know that. To be totally honest with you, shows you what I know. I look it up just when I'm here now. I wasn't paying attention to it. It probably was up on Twitter at one stage for sure. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. This was only the last. Oh no, it's the last. No, it's the last yesterday too. Yeah, yesterday. No, I didn't see it. I wasn't paying attention to the video. It could have been probably. It's hard to know who I know about it and stuff like that. It'd be interesting to see what they found. Yeah, I don't really know what to say to you. I haven't heard much about the video. That's the first I've heard about. Jolly good. Anyway, that's it for tonight. Thank you. Don't forget the trick water, indeed. But anyway, thank you everyone. Enjoy the rest of your night. We hopefully will be back Wednesday. We'll see. We'll see how we go Wednesday. But anyway, thank you for watching, everyone. I'll talk to you later. There might be a few videos up now and again. The next few days, we see how we get on. So yeah, take care, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your night, and I talk to you Wednesday, hopefully, or hopefully there'll be a video out soon, as I say. But take care, everyone, and enjoy the rest of your night. Bye.